So I know I haven't made a video in a while because unfortunately um, Zeke had passed about a month ago on October 16th. It was at 12:50 roughly in the morning. I really don't remember. I'm kind of assuming. But what happened is that, before a couple days prior, he had started peeing uncontrollably, which I didn't understand because he had never done that or had that problem. And, that night we got up, or he got me up in the middle of the night, and he just started pissing. So I tried to get him outside as fast as I could, and then he laid down for a little bit, and I let him, trying to see if he was okay. So a little while goes on, and then I try to get him in the house so we can lay down, and go back to sleep. And this has been the hardest part to talk about. That's why it's been so long to freaking make this video, because this has just been so hard to talk about, and it's just tore me up because Zeke was my life. He was not only my baby boy, but he was my life. Me and him, throughout this whole entire journey, we had been together 24/7 throughout that whole entire time. And that that's that just makes a relationship, especially with a dog. If you spend constant time with your dog, that dog is gonna, be your shadow, basically. He's gonna know you just like you know the dog. You guys learn each other, basically. It's not a one-way streak. Just like I've said numerous times, not any type of relationship, no matter what kind of relationship it is, it's not a one-way streak. It's all teamwork and partnership. So that's why it's been so hard to talk about this. But anyways, back to what I was saying. I'm sorry, I got off topic there. So I was getting him to lay down with me, and before he got to me, he started, hyperventilating really bad. And once he got to me, almost to my arms, he just fell. He fell, and he fell. He was hyperventilating, and then he went into cardiac arrest and just passed right there. And I it it destroyed me, because I talk to people about the situation, especially about him not holding his piss as he usually did to go to the bathroom and whatnot. And everybody was telling me it was because his liver was shutting down on him. And that was the last thing that I was expecting to happen, considering with, his cancer situation going on. And last time I had him at the vet. They checked his insides and everything, and the only thing that they said was the problem was a little bit of a problem, was there was something in his lungs, but they didn't really tell me what it is. It was just a little bit of something. I don't know. They didn't really explain it, which is kind of unprofessional on their part to not figure that part out. But that's besides the fact, because at first I thought that was the reason that the fungus or the cancer or whatever the hell it was, because we still really don't even know what it was, spread in or got into his lungs or something. But that just baffled my mind, because it was all on his skin. His insides were fine the whole entire time. So whenever this happened, that's what I was assuming, is that thing in his lungs or whatever, caught up to him and just destroyed his lungs. But that wasn't the case. I guess it was his liver, and it shut down on him, and it destroyed me. I mean, life hasn't been the same whatsoever. I've felt I feel alone. You know, I don't have him with me like I used to constantly, you know. And throughout everything we had been together, it's it's crazy. But you know, it happens. I mean, especially with dogs, they only live for a short amount of time, but they're here for us for a purpose. They're our angels. They're here to guide us and teach us. We just gotta learn it and pay attention to it, you know. And pretty much once their job is done, it's time for them to go. Vice versa, us too, because we're their angels. You know, if a dog has a good home, the dog's gonna have a great life. But if the dog has a bad home with a bad owner, then the dog's gonna have a miserable life. And that's vice versa, because if you have bad dogs, it's gonna be a hard life. But if you have good dogs, it's gonna be, you know, a good life. I mean, even if dogs are bad for the most part, they're still more empathetic and compassionate to their owners. That's where the loyalty faculty comes in. That's why dogs are so much more loyal than people, because no matter how bad you treat them, they're always going to love you unconditionally. And, you know, the one thing that has really been helping me is being here with the family, with his family, and my family. And I kind of found it as ironic as, because like this is where I got him, this is where he was born, and now we make it back here and his journey was over. Basically, he had already been everywhere he wanted to go. He already experienced as much as he wanted. I mean, he could have lived longer. He was young. He was really young. He was gonna be 4 this December 6th, and I tried my hardest to do everything I could with the cancer situation or whatever, and to keep him healthy with the resources and everything that I had in the situation that I was in. But being here with these guys have helped me, because they show me the same love, because that's Zeke's daddy right there. You know, him and his mama's traits together are basically his traits combined, you know. And that's the thing, you know. Hey guys, that's his bubba Noah, and then that's his mama Revy. And there's Willie. Willie boy. He's a good boy. Yeah. But I'm getting through it, and I'm just holding on to the good memories and times that we had, because, you know, yeah, we may have had hard times and struggles, but I tried my best to make up for it in good times with him. You know, I feel like even though he died young, he had the best life than most normal dogs would have, even though, like, if you think about it, dogs spend most of their life inside a house while we work and do what we do. But this guy, he was with me 24/7 all the time. And that means a world of a difference to a dog, because, like I said, they don't live as long as we do whatsoever. So, I mean, I still have times where I break down, you know, when I think about him, because I really miss him. I miss him more than anything. I really do. I've never had a companion and a pure love like him. So, yeah, he's the only one that's ever been loyal and showed me the type of love that we need to have. And that's the hardest thing, you know. I know he's still with me spiritually, but it's just life is different without him physically, because, like I said, I mean, me and him were all that we had. So that's that, guys. And I've been working on things. I've been, you know, not letting this whole entire situation get me down, because Zeke wouldn't want me to change the person I was. He loved me for who I was, and I'm just gonna continue to um, inspire him and the legacy. And that being said, I had changed my skateboard logo that I from the skateboard brand that I tried investing in before we ended up on this journey. And whenever I get the opportunity, then I'm gonna start investing in that again. And I have a couple other business ideas too. And it's just I've been trying to find a job, but it's been hard. It's been really hard. I mean, I've put in applications at so many damn random places, and I haven't heard a damn thing. And people will say that it's so easy to get a job, but in this society nowadays and the economy and everything, it's really not that easy unless you're already settled in a job. So anyways, that I don't even care about a job. Like, I've worked my ass off for freaking 14 years as a rubbish man, and you know, now is my time after I lost everything and I have to start over, especially starting over with not having my baby boy. I I'm doing what I love, and I'm gonna start investing in my dream, and I'm gonna make my own businesses. So that's what I'm gonna work on whenever I have the chance and the opportunity. So I'm just I'm just I'm just living and, being with the family, taking care of the family as much as I can. I'm still staying at my sister's, but every time I'm here at my dad's, I always love playing with these guys. They take my mind off the whole situation because it's almost like I'm with him in a sense. So that being said, yeah, I just wanted to say that. Anyways, I will be making more videos. I have a lot of things that I'm trying to do and accomplish. Also, with these dogs, because of my baby sister and everything in the house. I want to take care of these dogs if I can, and if they can't. I want to be here for them. And there's a barn in the back that I'm gonna try to clean up and fix up for me to hang out or possibly stay eventually with these dogs. And I mean, this is just all. I'm still working on everything. I'm still trying to figure things out. And whenever, yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry. I know I'm just like stumbling on my words and my thoughts and everything. But, I mean, there's just been so much going on throughout the time that Zeke died. And I'm just trying my hardest to make the best of it and not let my emotions take over me, my mind, and my life. Because if you do that, then your emotions are going to take control of you, and it's not worth it.